there are extension lines, dimension lines, and numbers in millimeters. I'm going to go ahead and hide this layer so you can see how I create this. The first thing is to go to your command line at the bottom and type in DIMSTY. You're going to pick the dim style, but make sure you select the icon with the arrow and the paintbrush on top of it. A pop-up will occur. Make sure you have ISO 25 selected and then press Modify. Okay. You're going to look at the tabs up here. And the first tabs I want you to look at is symbols and arrows. I want you to change the arrow size to 4. After you do that, I want you to go to the text tab and I want you to change the text height to 4. After you do that, I want you to go to the primary units tab and change the decimal separator to period. And then you will hit OK and then hit close. Now we are ready to dimension. Let's go ahead and create a new layer. So to do that, if you press on your Layers Property button, you will see the manager open here. And remember, you might need to pull the window open a little bit more to see it. You're going to add a new layer. So press the icon with the yellow star. And let's call that Dimensions. Then make sure in your drawing space at the top, select your dimension layer. I have 2 dimension layers because I'm doing the example, but you'll just have the one. So just again, make sure that you have white for the dimension and all your layers should be showing. And up at the top, it says dimension. Then you want to press on this button up here. It says dimension and there's a little sun in the icon. So press on this. And how this works, I'm just going to close this window so we can get a better view here. I'm going to scroll up a little bit. So once you press this dimension button, you are going to hover over let's go to this one first, the inside of the CO2 chamber. So you'll see the end point. I'm going to click. I'm going to come down here to the other end. I'm going to click again, and I am going to pull this out a little ways. The next dimension I'm going to do is the red border, the 5mm border around this. So you can see in your command line, you'll still see dim, so I don't have to press anything else. I can still keep dimensioning. I'm going to press on that, and I'm going to press on that. You know what, it's actually, there we go. And then I'm going to pull it out. Now in this example, my car goes right to those 5mm safety zone. If your car width is different, like let's say your car width is the entire size of the cylinder, go ahead and pull that dimension out too. So now I'm going to show you how to do the sideways dimensions. So if we look at our axle, we are going to click at one end and the other end and pull that dimension down. And let's do our wheel. So at this point, you've probably figured out how to do dimensions. It's really quite easy. You will follow all the dimensions that I have on the picture. However, I do want to show you how to dimension the radius of circles. That's a little different. To dimension the circles, the wheels, you need to go up to the Dimension tab, and then I want you to look on this little icon. I'm not sure what the default is. It might be linear, but you're going to press the arrow, and you want to go to radius, or diameter. I'm sorry. Do I have diameter? Yeah. So then after you select diameter, you're going to press on your circle. And then you'll see you can kind of pull this dimension down. Don't go too far out here. You want to kind of keep this close to the circle and you'll click. Now you'll notice if this isn't straight, hit escape a few times to clear it, and then just select this. And what you can do is you can pull, see that little square? You can pull the square down and get it to go where you want. So if it's not quite straight, pull it down and get it to go where you want. Likewise, if this 32 isn't where you want, if you press the square over there, you can get the 32 closer or further away. Another interesting thing is if you hit escape a few times again, you can adjust where this goes by pressing on this arrow. All right. So to show you how to do some other measurements, we are going to hit dimension. We are going to do the sleeve or the straw for this. So I'm going to click on this line and this line and pull this out. And then I'm going to pull my wheel. I'm going to click here. And then I'm going to come under like this. The next dimension I'm going to do is the size of the car at the axle point. So the width of my car. Remember, I have to make sure that this is a important measurement. It has to be outside the red zone, which it is. And then I'm going to go ahead and dimension the main view down here. I'm going to dimension the width of my bearing. I'm going to do that for both bearings. Or no, actually, I'm just going to do it for the front. I'm going to measure the distance between my two axles. I'm going to measure the width of my tires. And what else am I going to measure? I need to dimension this view, my cartridge chamber, the buffer zone around the cartridge chamber, and my starting block. Again, if your car, ends, the green line of your car ends somewhere else, go ahead and measure that as well. The last measurements I think I'm going to do are for the total length of the car. So this is tricky because you have to go to the back and then hover over the end point, but make sure that when you click, it's straight. So it should be a straight line, not a diagonal line. And then I want to get the entire length of the car as well. From one end of the block to the other end of the block, and I'm going to pull that out. If I hit the escape key and clear it, I can click on these dimensions to kind of center them up. It's called stacking your dimensions. And so if they're not aligned, you can click on them and get them to center up so it looks a little better. I'm just going to check that I have all my dimensions. And if I do, I am going to save. And that is it for this exercise. Thanks.